Unit 2, we are starting with further human resource management. When we are talking about further human resource management, let's go back to the human resource management definition, which was it is a function of management which deals with manpower planning, recruitment and selection, training, monitoring and evaluation, staff development, and development of pay systems. Now we are moving a little beyond that at the moment, because it's further human resource management. When we are talking about further human resource management, we are going to talk about a few things which are apart from the six functions of management. First of all, the first uh, thing which is going to be studied here is soft HRM and hard HRM. Soft HRM is a flexible approach used by managers to control the human resources. They try to give them training, they try to give them financial as well as non-financial rewards in order to get the best out of them. So a flexible approach to human resource management where workers are given a lot of importance and a lot of investment is made by the business in the shareholder in the employees in order to build their capacities, in order to uh, have team building, and in order to retain the employees, they use an approach which is called soft HRM. Hard HRM is the complete opposite of soft HRM, where the business is not ready to invest too much in the employees. It is not trying to retain them. It is just trying to use an inflexible approach where the workers are not given a lot of importance. So soft HRM and hard HRM. After that, we talk about trade unions. Trade unions are associations of workers which are formed by them in order to protect their basic rights. Uh, Workers or association of workers which are formed by a group of workers to safeguard their basic rights are called trade unions. So now we are talking about five variations of trade unions. The first one is industrial union. When workers from a particular industry or a particular market join hands or come together to safeguard their rights. What are the rights? So the rights are, having an access to good salary and enjoying good working conditions and reasonable working hours. All these are basically the basic rights of workers, and in order to get those rights, sometimes they have to form associations which are called trade unions. So industrial unions are formed by workers from a particular industry or a particular market. For example, film industry people joining hands, coming together to protect their basic rights. That is what you call as an industrial union. Then after that, we talk about general unions. General unions are unions formed by workers or people from different parts of society where all of them come together for a particular purpose. For example, in Pakistan, the example is when people came together for reinstatement of the chief justice, or all the Go Green movements where people are joining hands for protecting the environment. These type of unions, when they are formed, we are talking about uh, general unions. Then we have white collar unions. These are unions formed by non-manual workers, people who are supervisors, people who are managers, people who are clerks, who are non-manual workers. When they join hands together, when they come together to safeguard their rights, we are talking about white collar unions. After white collar unions, we talk about the other type of unions which are called professional unions, where workers from a particular profession or vocation come together. For example, doctors, when they join hands together, when they form a trade union, it is called a professional union. And if skilled people are joining hands together, of people from particular craft or skill coming together, that kind of union is called a craft union. That is hairdressers, that is musicians, that is people who have a skill and not proper qualification for particular profession in which they are in. That is why, because the profession in which they are in is not basically related to professional qualification. It is basically related to a skill or craft. That is why they are called a craft union. So five different types of trade unions who are trying to get their needs met. Sometimes they are not going to be listened to. Sometimes the management is not going to listen to them, so problems are going to be created. So what are the problems which are going to be created? The problems which are going to be created are basically the industrial actions taken by the trade union. The steps taken by a trade union to get their needs met uh, is are called industrial actions. Industrial actions are the steps taken by trade unions to get their needs met. What are the different steps? One of them is overtime ban. That is, the trade union stops the workers from working beyond normal working hours. Then there's another one which is go slow. The workers intentionally reduce the speed of work in order to delay the normal processes and procedures. That is called go slow. Then we have an all-out strike where all the workers refuse to work. Then we have a partial strike where some workers refuse to work and other keep on working. Then we have a token strike where all the workers stop working for a very short period of time. That is called token strike, sometimes also called symbolic strike. Then we have picketing where the workers stand at the main door and stop uh, the inflow and outflow of people from the factory or from the company. That is what you call as picketing, standing at the main door and stopping people from going in or out of the business. That is picketing. Or work to rule, that is the workers only work according to the employment contract and they refuse to work beyond their normal duties. That is called work to rule. So these are different industrial actions that are taken by the trade unions in order to get their needs met. A shop steward is an honorary representative of the trade union. He's not necessarily paid on regular basis, so but he's an honorary representative of the trade union. That is a shop steward. A single union agreement is when only one trade union is recognized by the organization. Then there's a closed shop. A closed shop is when all the workers are members of a single trade union, and then sometimes they have taken on the actions. Even then, the management is not ready to do what they want them to, and then what is going to happen? Sometimes they are going to sit together. The trade union and management are going to sit together. The process of them sitting together to arrive at a friendly agreement is what you call as conciliation. Is what you call as conciliation is the process of management and trade unions trying to arrive at a reasonable agreement which is mutually acceptable, which is acceptable to both the parties. And then after that we talk about if even the friendly agreement is not working, then both the parties tend to involve a judge or an arbitrator who basically decides in favor of one of the parties. Sometimes, or sometimes, he's going to decide something which is going to be best for both the parties. So in that case we are talking about arbitration. That is the process of involving a judge whose decision is legally binding on both the parties. This is where the first thing, that is the further human resource management thing ends.